Your goal on defense should be to dominate or control the offensive player to whatever extent you can. If you can take the ball from your opponent, then do it, and defense is over. But if you're up against a quality opponent whom you can't take the ball from, then just take away his best option. Force him to use his weak hand or force him to a bad area. But what if you can't dictate what you want him to do? Then at least influence him. And if you're up against Jordan and you can't influence him, then at least stay between him and the goal. My point here is control. You must control the offensive player to whatever extent you can. The following 4 chapters are not about how to dominate a player that you're athletically superior to. Rather, we're going to prepare you for defending the best players, taking your defensive game to the next level. Defending the dribbler one-on-one in the open court is the first step to becoming a feared defender. Hey, his team can't score if he can't get the ball past half court. Wouldn't it be nice to have a one-step lead if you were in a foot race? Well, that's what an overplay is. You can overplay the direction your man is heading and get that one-step advantage by pointing to the ball with your lead hand. If the ball handler changes direction, change your lead hand and foot. And since you're pointing at the ball, this will force you to quickly overplay it in the other direction. Don't let your man square himself to the goal. There are too many options, too many fakes available for him. If you allow him to square himself to you, he can explode into a speed dribble and school you. So keep a closer gap and put him into a power dribble stance. He'll be slower and have fewer options to beat you. Angle the dribbler to an out-of-bounds line. Then as he approaches it, speed up to cut off any opportunity for him to slip by. Use the out-of-bounds line as another defender. Think one-man trap. When he picks up the ball, go body to body with him. If possible, straddle his pivot foot and leg and trace the ball with both hands and look for the deflection. Forcing or inviting the dribbler to use his weak hand will cut down on the number of weapons he has to beat you. Do this by placing your body in the path of his dribble and changing your angle to influence him to use his weak hand. Most players are not equally skilled with both hands, even though they should be. Hey, if they have a weak hand, you can bet they don't have better basketballs, better ball handling. Turn him. Make him change hands and directions as many times as possible. This involves overplaying one side, and then when he changes direction, you must swing step, sprint to recover, and then overplay in the other direction, starting the sequence over. 3 good things occur when you turn your man. First, all this excess ball handling will increase his chances of turning over the ball. Second, you'll have extra time to detect his weaknesses and flaws. This will allow you to eventually get a deflection or a steal. Be careful about forcing the dribbler in one direction. You don't want to give him too much or he'll gain the extra step or space needed to beat you. Consider positioning yourself to shade him to one side. Consider that you're only influencing him in one direction.